Well, greetings, Blade fans. This old sword's with you once again. And we're coming to you today from the pub because we've got our Growler with us. This is the Divo Growler. OEM on this is Kubey Knives. And it was designed by one fellow who is a graphics designer out of Atlanta, Georgia. His name is Colin Maisonpierre. And somebody we know and love from YouTube, Kevin Johnson, Lefty EDC. So congrats, guys. We're going to show you this one. And I believe it is a really handy EDC knife. I missed out on the first run of the Divo knives, Growler. This is V2. This comes to me from White Mountain Knives, where it is an exclusive with them. So thank you, Justin, for getting this to me for review. And this was a purchase, yes. And don't forget to use your discount code OLDSWORD for 10% off. The unfortunate part is that this is now out of stock. Of course, they went out in the first few minutes. And so you're going to need to just sort of sip on that Growler and hit a few more pubs while you wait for them to restock. And I am told by Justin at White Mountain that they will be restocking as soon as they can. Got to come in from Kubey. Now there's a few versions. The one that I got is this very nice, what they call sand washed aluminum. This one happens to be blue. And as you can see, it has an opening hole, which you can use with your thumb or middle finger for flicking. They've done some really impressive things with this. I'm not usually a lover of knives in this range, although at 3.3 inches, it ain't bad. It's a pretty good little handful. Got some left over, depending upon if we use this shallow choil or not. It is, as you can see, from 154 cm steel, a good solid cutlery steel, which still allows it to come in a little over 100, which is not bad. And, you know, it's got some workmanship here, call it manufacturing, that is extremely well done. It is a hidden liner lock inside that aluminum. It is virtually drop shut. I haven't really flicked this too many times. We've got a wire clip that is easily transferable to the left side for you lefties. Would Lefty EDC have created a knife where you can't carry it on the left side? I think he'd be banished from YouTube land. Sorry about that, Lefty. Got a nice big old oval lanyard hole here. Silver hardware. And I would guess, in looking at them, that they are T8s. I got my kit over here, but I'm just going to say they're T8s because I don't think he's going to go with T6s on this. Not too many people like the T6s. As you know, if they're in there tight, you can strip the screw, you can mung up your tool, whatever. Guys, don't mung up your tool. It locks up tight as a drum. And we're going to do some quick measurements. Beautiful full belly on that, that blade. And we're coming in, we're going to call it 7.5 inches. I'm going to back out a little bit so we can get the whole thing in there. And we've got some compares ready. And the blade length on it is 3.3 inches. We'll take them at their word. That's the factory spec on it. In millimeters, 2.7 millimeters, which works out to be 0.11 inches, and the handle therefore is 0.44, nice and thin. And on some past reviews, I'd been chatting instead of weighing things up, so the weight measurement gets kind of thrown towards the end of the video. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to do it right now. Call that 4 ounces. Very nice. Not an ounce per inch. And I think that was Nothing Fancy years ago came up with that equation, which is not a bad way to go if you can do it. Real positive detent on this. Not light where I can shake it out, at least not from this position. Sometimes you can shake it out in the downward wrist flick because you get a little more velocity. I'm not going to try that. Very smooth in and out of the pocket. We've got a flat-headed screw, one big screw that secures the clip into the body of the knife. Pretty much wide open construction except for the back spacer, which is near the pommel. The tip of the blade is nicely nested in there so you don't pluck your finger with it. Perfectly centered. It's easily a fidgety middle finger flicker as well as a thumb flicker or a thumb roll out. Very nice. Like the way they made a very tall flat grind and clipped it just at the top. I understand there was some difference here where they have the swedge near the front on this version versus version 1. And look at the jimping, just scads of jimping. I mean, if you wanted to choke up here, get your thumb out there, or go like this, you can. With the belly being as full as it is, you've got to come way up here to use the point, almost vertical. But that's what you get when you get that full belly in there. Having said that, it's time for the paper test. And I've tried this before, so I cheated a little bit. And I know that it's going to do this. I just know she is slicey all day long. Beautiful. That's what you get with that .11 blade stock and that high grind. Nicely done Kubey and nicely designed Colin and Kevin. Beautifully done. Here's an interesting compare. And please don't say, oh, they copied another knife, because there's so many designs out there that it's impossible not to have some similarities. And this is a really odd comparison. So you're going to wonder why I'm doing this, because this is a totally different knife. But you'll see in a minute why I'm going to compare it. Here's the Alpha Smilodon from PMP Knives. How about that? Are those guys of the same family or what? Look at that. There's that swedge at the very front. Of course, you got a thumb ramp here and a ginormous knife next to the modest size EDC here. No opening hole here. Flipper tab only, titanium handle, flamed, M390 steel, yada yada. So yeah, it's in a different class in terms of value, and well, not value, because you know, knife's value has to do with how usable it is for you. Anyway, I just thought you would enjoy seeing how these two blades are so close. Here's a grind. There's a grind on that one. Little bit of money difference on these two, by the way. How about another compare? Another full-bellied EDC knife, the Riffle from Civivi. Yeah. Way different hole, giant stylized hole on the Riffle. Riffle's pretty popular with some people. Much taller blade here with the Divo Growler. And here is the Eutectics, a Liangma design. Not as tall a blade, similar hole, longer, bigger knife. And haven't gotten much use out of this so far. This is more of a straight clip, almost a Bowie style clip on this one, but still full belly. I'm trying to bring out the full belly knives. And it does have an excellent giant relief for your finger there, choil, if you want to call it that. G10 handle on this one. There is a version of this one with carbon fiber, and might be yet one other version as well. As far as I know, there's only 2 on the V2, but I could be wrong. I will give you the link, even though as of this date, and this is going to drop on September 12th, 2023, they are out of stock at White Mountain, and with it being an exclusive, you can't get them anywhere else. So I think it's great when people get their exclusives done at White Mountain. Justin is such an incredible individual to deal with. And what else have we got for comparisons today? Well, why not the Griptilian? Oh, he's got the Griptilian handy. And it is shorter by about 1 inch at least than the Griptilian, an axis lock knife. And of course, the Rat 1. We're going to be checking in with Ontario and see how they're doing. They were bought out, but I understand they will continue to produce knives. It's as much as I know. About 1.5 inches or so longer on this pretty good sized folder from Ontario, the Rat 1. Okay, now I'm ready for my parting shot. Hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. As always, you'll be notified of reviews as soon as they come up, as well as shorts. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram, This Old Sword. Be well.